Okay, cool. So me and Claire, we're going to embark on a couple of interesting projects to save humanity from extinction. Is that right? What do you think?
Yes, it is to. It's based on your ideas of happiness classes, but targeted at a particular group.
Yeah. So
And
so far, you go on. So go on.
well, you know, but and you have a theme of loneliness, and your idea is to match people up with each other in and we're trying to um, think of the best kind of marriage app to create and perhaps earlier today we were kind of joking about a second, third, or fourth wife app, but that might be a bit too ambitious for the moment.
Well, I just thought I just don't know why the app has to be limited. I do. I don't know if this video is going to be immediately cancelled if I say, let's put it this way, traditional heterosexual marriages. I mean, I'm not going to do an app that does something else, let's just say. Um, but yeah, so I want to make it clear for everybody because, you know, I want to make this video useful for other people. Maybe they can give input as well. We're going to work on 3 projects. I think they tie in together. A series of videos, which I like to think a little bit long term, so to the end of the year. I have been doing happiness videos, which are kind of broad, like talking about economics and the environment. But but when you suggested doing like relationship only and really focused on just getting people married, I thought, you know what? Most people can't even handle saving the world, the environment, whatever. They can't even get married, right? You're not even in a fit state of mind to save the rest of the world if you can't save yourself. Really, I really mean that because, like, there are people who are kind of extremists in terms of the environment, where they wanna when you've got problems inside. Sometimes what you do is you um, go extreme and try to save the world rather than solve your own problems. Do you get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So you won't do it in a balanced, useful way, like saving the environment or fixing economic problems, if you can't even save yourself and have a basic relationship with another person. And I can see this problem with not getting married becoming actually quite violent. So why do I say that? So I can see Muslims getting married and they're already being scapegoated, and the white people, the white indigenous people of the UK at least, and other countries like France is all going to have this kind of problem as well because a lot of Muslims in France, and America is going to follow suit. They're going to look for scapegoats. They're going to get more and more angry. Men who are not married are going to be pretty angry people with too much testosterone. It's going to be bad for women. So this is a major problem, and a lot of good podcasts really do focus on a very narrow thing. The ones that I watch, basically relationships and success and stuff like that. But I think, yeah, good idea. What do you think, Claire? We're going to focus on marriage, me, you, and we're going to get a lot of white nationalists or white people who are suffering from this the most. Uh, you're the best with contact. So this is kind of a meeting and a live stream. Um, so what do you think, Claire? You grab the white
Well, the
people, bring
idea
them
is
on.
that
Yep,
I
go on.
am particularly targeting these people, and the hope is that they will come and hate watch us because they're not going to think, oh, they really know our problems and whatever. I think that's a way to do it, and we have to target
Do you think
particular
you can get
personalities.
guests?
I believe it's possible. Um,
But do you think
and
it's just going to be me and you talking until somebody eventually turns up?
no, I think if you drop the stream in, to sorry, the link,
Yeah, the guest
people
link. Yeah.
will come. Yeah, I mean they'll come out fighting and say, what about this, what about that, and I suppose part of the thing is to do it regularly enough for people to go, oh, it's Wednesday 7 p.m. and that's the time when
Hmm.
or whatever, because I
Yeah, I'm
think
trying
one
to
of
make it Sunday 7 p.m. now because I'm trying to get more money. But anyway, it's another story.
Mhm.
Tuition hours. Cool. Yeah, okay. So one of the things I'm trying to do maybe is helpful for people to know. I'm not very good at working with people, so whatever Claire says, I'm trying to say yes to. But also, I think you've got a different insight and view into things as well. And you talk to these white nationalists who recently I gave up on, but I can see more and more that it's going to be really quite crucial to talk to them because they're disenfranchised, going to get more upset, and I think, as I said, going to get quite violent in the coming 10 years. And I don't. It's not just about violence and having society not totally break down. I do care about people, and I do want the best for them, and I think that's a good thing to do. So just to round up, three things that we're going to work on. I'm going to make an app. I'm a programmer and a teacher, so I'm going to make an app that's the opposite of. Well, we're discussing anyway. So, but I think we kind of agree on this. So, make an app that will help focus on people getting married, not dating. So, we're going to try to do things so that people understand that. Maybe the name of
The
the
no
app.
photos marriage app.
Yes, no photos, and you have to say three words, or as you say, three adjectives, but that's too complicated for me. So three words that describe yourself, okay, which means adjectives, right? um so three words that describe yourself to your potential person looking for you, and you'll say three words that you're looking for. And it's going to be a very, to begin with, a bare bones app because I like just getting things out there. So the search, I'm not even sure if it'll be much of a search. It'll be like, I'm thinking, so you have to give your location, so the app will get your location. And when you're looking for people, it'll be ordered by those closest to you. Now, the idea of not seeing the person's photo, that might sound really crazy, so we should probably talk about that. But it's very much in the frame of mind of arranged marriages. That might piss people off as well, but arranged marriages are the things that are working at the moment. And maybe we should probably explain what arranged marriage is, but it's not forced marriages, it's more like assisted marriages, where people look into personalities and the picture is not very important. And probably we should talk about that because most people's idea of like relationships and love is this romantic idea, which is a fairly modern idea. They think like they should click with the photo of the person. So I'm doing a lot of talking, but that's the app idea. But let me quickly summarize the three projects: a book about a summary of our videos. Hopefully we're going to make, I think we should make a series of videos answering 4 questions that you suggested. So the book, videos, and the videos are, I want them to be continuous, so they're like the book, but they continuously talk about the book ideas about how to be in a good relationship, how to be the kind of person who is viable for a good relationship, but you'll probably put in better words. And it's kind of like an aftercare. Like once you get married, you might have issues because most people are terrible at marriage. So they don't have role models of how to be married. So we're going to talk about the fundamentals in terms of psychology, religious principles. And I'm kind of be coming from a Muslim principle because Muslims are doing it best. Jews are doing it all right, but there's such a tiny minority, and so many Jews are not being Jews anymore, so they're doing really badly as well. There's only a tiny fraction, so the Jews are not a really good example. So those are the 3 products: book, app, and our videos. They're not products necessarily. The videos are free and whatever. But anyway, what do you think, Claire?
Yes, I think that these 3 projects will reinforce the other 2,
Yeah,
because they will be referring to the other things. And
yeah.
yeah, and the idea is to get lots of guests, um to involve other people, to get their input. They may like the idea, they may hate the idea, but yeah, and you actually also have lots of contacts which you might like to use again, even with the people who maybe have lost contact, because they might still be
Mm.
interested in the idea of you know um, finding a long-term partner.
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, so I'll work through whichever contacts I have, but the contacts I have are usually fairly. I mean, my speakers corner people kind of losing contact slowly, kind of stay there to keep friends with them. And they're basically not normal people don't do live streams. They're usually very shy and nervous. Like I've had lots of people who have tried to make friends with. I mean, I'm friends with, but they kind of last minute they keep backing out, and that's normal people. People are very shy, even if they're really firm about their beliefs, and on a WhatsApp group or something, or in a private video call. As soon as it comes to a live stream, they're pretty nervous. So yeah, I'll try to work through them and a few
Or
people.
your previous guests, I suppose, who.
Yeah, you're right. I haven't talked to a couple of people for a while, so I need to get them back on. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I need to
Mm.
work on that. Okay, so that's cool. So are you okay with every live stream we go through your 4 questions? I'm looking through the 4 questions. Do you have your 4 questions? I'll probably find them as well somewhere. I'm looking through the WhatsApp. Um, it's somewhere.
Yes, yes, I'm scrolling up as well. There were 4 chapters about how to be marriageable, and also to understand the nature and purpose of marriage,
Hmm.
and yes,
Yep, found it. I
overall
searched
enlightenment.
purpose.
Yes.
Okay, the book should have these chapters. The nature and purpose of marriage sounds great. Most people think marriage is just to, I don't know, fall in love and that's the end of it. So the people whose marriages work the best have a higher purpose. Might sound boring, but we need to try to make it trendy and exciting again, because it is way more exciting than shallow stuff that people are after at the moment. Second one is how to be marriageable. That's incredibly important. People just think it's magic. It's not magic. How to be lovable. That's a cool title. And I think there's a lot of interesting things I could say about how to be lovable, like how to attract people. There's actually psychology about that. Like if you're a good person, you actually attract people, because what people are looking for, it might sound like we've got this romantic idea of what people are looking for, but they're actually looking for something functional. I don't know. What do you think about that? Like they actually want like
I think good
somebody.
manners will do. Good manners will do.
Okay,
And
cool.
people don't even understand good manners because they haven't been taught it.
Okay. What do you mean by
Mhm.
good manners? I don't want to dig into it too much, but what do you mean by
Oh, I mean, really, it's just being polite.
okay?
And people are so impressed when
No,
you're being
actually, that's
polite.
I'm surprised how much people. I don't want to talk about me, but I think people like me, even though I'm just average, because I'm polite. Like, I think there's some truth in that. How to make the government help you. So I generally don't like to. At first, my reaction. So sorry, I should read it out. How to make the government help you marriageable and stay married. Like I generally don't like to talk about or waiting for the government to do something, because it's so useless. And it doesn't seem to be really interested in that for some reason in the UK, where other countries seem to be a little bit more desperate. But anyway, um, but I think it can feed into why you should join a religion. They're really going to do that. They're going to train you. They're going to help you. They're going to create a society around you. I don't think governments are going to do that, but I do like to talk about the big picture as well, maybe, and that would be good, I suppose. Like
Yeah, I
maybe
kind
a
of
better
thought
world.
you wouldn't like D because it is straying into the arena of politics. But but that's always been my
I
agenda.
Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, I thought that as well. But I do, you know what? I'm kind of go with whatever you're saying. And also, I do like to talk about the big picture, like the future and a better world and blah, 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 and how things could be. But I wouldn't stress, or I'm not like depending on the government to actually do anything anytime soon. But I do like, yeah, maybe the bigger picture. Like, what should the world be better like, and what can you do right now? Like, I would say right now, join a religion, become a Muslim, maybe become a Jew, but they don't really want you. Um, Probably not. Maybe a stricter Christian or something, like a Mormon or something like that. That might work. that kind of stuff. So yeah, so a big picture of what you can do, how the world could be better and stuff like that. So big picture stuff is good as well, I think. So okay, cool. So that's we've talked about. So we're talking about the video right now as well as the book, isn't it, at the same time? So are you okay with we hopefully get guests on and we talk about these things with them and they give us, you know, their issues with whatever we're saying. We get the transcript. Like, you know, when we say we're going to now talk about the nature and purpose of marriage, the transcript will say that. I'll find it, I'll cut out that bit, give it to ChatGPT for, let's say, 5 sessions, so we get a book done really quickly, and the ChatGPT will put them together, try to delete overlaps and discussions, get rid of the ums and ahs so we don't have a stupid kind of book, make a book so you've got something concrete.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the value of the book? I think there's probably a value of a book, some sort of summarized version. But what do you think? What's the value of a book in
Well,
this
the value of the
scenario?
book means that we're taking the idea seriously, or we're taking
Hmm.
the idea seriously enough to, write a book, and wouldn't it be nice if people buy it? And
Oh.
um, and obviously it has to be, immediately useful to people. Like, oh, I like the chapter headings. I wouldn't mind, having a look at it, to see if it's got anything useful. And I'm sure the more we talk, the more ideas will come to us, and we'll just get more content with the help of, just us getting ideas from each other, and
Cool. Yeah,
perhaps
maybe we'll have
from our
many versions.
audience and viewers.
Yeah, cool. What's the book going to be called again? It's going to be something.
Well, I know you didn't like it. You wanted
No,
to
it's all
be.
right. Go on.
I was going to. Yes, I suggested the marriageable and lovable Muslim, and it is intended to,
Annoy people. Yeah,
yes, annoy the Islamophobes, who
but
will,
it might have some value
mean
in the
kind of like,
title.
what do they mean, or what is it all, and then come and then come here to troll us, because I think in the beginning we cannot really expect a respectful audience. They will be full of hatred and challenge us to have anything for them that they might even consider. But
Yeah,
but that
and why they're
the
trolling, they might be
interaction is
listening.
what I think will take things forward.
Yeah, I'm willing to give it a shot. And normally I don't like trolls, like from my time in Speaker's Corner, but sometimes I think like I'm getting trolled at the moment, not badly trolled, but somebody who's very angry about all my live streams and he's going through, or not my live streams, all my videos. And I'm actually telling him, well done, keep going through another video, keep asking, keep making your comments, I'll keep answering. And my hope is that he'll learn something. So trolling is all right sometimes.
Well,
Um,
sometimes you can't, if you're not going to get a respectful audience, you want some kind of audience that you can interact with. I mean, what you
mm.
don't want is it's just completely, zero viewers
Mm.
throughout, and nobody posting even a rude comment. So, you
I mean,
know,
I wasn't too bothered about that, but I think there's some value in what you're saying. Yeah, so I'm just going with it. Let's
we're going
do
to
the
start,
story.
with low expectations, is what I'm trying to say. You
Sure.
know,
Okay. Yeah. Sure. No, I think I start with a purpose and a why are we doing this, and I do agree being hyper focused and trying to solve a massive, real problem. I would not be what I want to be in that problem. I suppose bringing it back to me, we were talking about polygamy, so I'm trying to find a second wife, so I'll put myself on the app. I think. Um, Actually, I will put myself on the app because I'm always somebody about testing the product. I want to be my own customer. So let's try this app out, this idea of the app out. So you say to put yourself on the app, no photo, but you have to say 3 things about yourself and 3 things that you're looking for in a person. Before I ask anybody else, I always like to put myself forward because I feel like a hypocrite if I ask somebody to do something that I haven't done myself, which is a Quranic principle. And so, okay, I haven't really thought about what would I say about myself? Okay, so I like to say honest. Okay,
mhm.
strict. I try not to think too much as well. I am a strict person. I like rules and people. Like I am like I try to be a little bit less bossy with my wife, but I am bossy, and like I keep telling like everybody like this is how it's done. Otherwise, I think there's too much chaos, and women are generally chaotic. I think so. I think, and that's an Islamic principle as well, that men are there to guide. So
Honest,
honest,
principled.
strict, but kind. I like to
Yes.
say kind.
Hmm.
So those are my 3 words about myself. Then, if I pick 3 words out, you can tell me if this was the intention. But there's certain things I'm looking for that kind of are a must. So the must is Muslim. So anybody can be on this app. So I'll put Muslim. I'm looking for Muslim because it means you have certain principles that work. Because I'm looking for a second wife. I'm not sure what the word would be, but I want to say polygamous. But she doesn't get to have a second husband, right? To be clear, like I will be the one with
Yeah,
more than one
because I
wife.
mean, it's quite clear that women are not meant to have, more than one husband. I think it's pretty
So
clear.
how
It's
do I
only
make
the Tibetans who do that, and the Chinese banned that.
right?
Tibetan
But
women
if I
would
put
have
polygamous,
more.
I'm just thinking in terms of keywords. That polygamous normally means both sides can. Is there a better word that
No,
only the
I think
husband
it's
can
sort
marry?
of understood. I mean,
Understood. Okay, cool.
well, I would have thought like, well, I mean, you're Muslim, so you can't be marrying, a Hindu or any, you know, I mean, or an atheist, because
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to
you're
be.
kind of not allowed to do that, are you? You're not allowed to
Yeah, I'm
marry
not
Bible
allowed to,
worshippers.
and also I don't want to because of having experimented. It's like it takes a while. I mean, it's a safer bet to marry a Muslim because they understand they've been brought up in certain principles, right? Um, of like not looking for, and we could talk about the no photograph thing, but not looking at the outer and thinking about like attributes of people, looking for long-term things. So that's why I kind of like Muslims are very much into attributes. Like even like Muslims have 99 names of God. They understand not God by, oh, here's a nice picture of God, or God being put across or something like that. All these stories, they know God by attributes. They know people by attributes as well. So I really like that idea in that sense. We're going to put 3 attributes or 3 adjectives of people. So anyway, my 3 words are probably going to be Muslim, obedient, and what was it? Polygamous. So, and it could be wrong. Maybe we'll have an edit thing like people realize maybe it's not the best 3 words, but you'll be able to edit, like kind of learn from experience if you got no interest or something. I don't know. So
May I just say, I
go
mean, I
on.
think that would kind of confuse the issue because what I was saying earlier is that there should be an app for second, third, and fourth wives. You see, so
So you
people
think
know exactly
you
what
can't
they're
be polygamous
going in
on the
for
app?
because I mean they might get a how dare you? I mean I'm not going to be your second wife,
Yeah,
kind of thing.
that's fine.
So it would be you kind of focus. It's like well you already know that you would be a second wife if you're using this app, or you would know that you would be a third wife if you're using this app. You know, so there'll be no offended women kind of thing. It's like
I mean, I don't. Okay, so I want people to be offended, right? Okay, what do I mean by that, right? Like, there's going to be most men don't say what they want. Okay, as soon as they say what they want, loads of people are going to be offended. So, I think there's a major problem in British culture at the moment. They're so scared of offending, so they don't say what they want.
right.
So, being offensive is not a problem. That we need to get over that bit.
Indeed, indeed. But actually, we could make it more interesting because a lot of these dating apps are geared towards women. You see,
Hmm.
so what you're doing now is you're gearing it towards men, right? You are saying well, but you are kind of
Okay,
saying
maybe I'm
well,
wrong. Go on.
you just said that men should just say what they want and
That's
let
not
the heavens
gearing it
fall.
towards men. It's just gearing it towards human beings who need to be honest with each other.
Yes, and you're saying men don't quite dare to ask for what they want.
Mm, Yeah.
And but I think at this stage we can't be hoping that it will be a commercial success. It will just be a talking point at this stage, saying, well, men, what would it take you to marry? Because I think that for non-Muslim men is the thing, because they don't want to get married at all.
Mm. So that's
And
what the videos are going to be like. Like, well, how to be lovable is, for example, you got to be responsible. That would be one of my arguments. You know, how to be marriageable. Well, how to be marriageable probably comes after how knowing how to be lovable in the first place. And people want to be lovable at least, doesn't it? So that's the videos and stuff.
yes, I mean,
Like,
marriageable for a man, well, he's got to have a good job, or
mm,
a steady job that with
which is also how
prospect.
to be lovable as well, which doesn't sound
Yes.
like what people like to hear, but that's important.
Yes, and for women, I guess men would, prefer her not to have somebody else's kid in tow.
Yeah. Not to
Um,
have
um,
somebody else's kid, to be actually obedient. That's actually what men want, I'm sure. Except for the
well,
really,
you could
there's a
say
lot of
agreeable, agreeable.
agreeable. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. I should probably put that on my thing, more agreeable. I'm a bit of a dictator. Um, I probably don't sound like a dictator when I'm debating people because, like, I tell people what I think and then let them screw themselves over if they don't want to listen, kind of attitude. Um, okay. But I want to be clear on our plan. So I think we're already somehow roughly clear. There's the app. The app is it okay if okay, so when we in technology, what normally happens, like WhatsApp itself, for example, it started off a very basic thing. I don't know because I'm really into technology and entrepreneurship and all this kind of stuff. Well, WhatsApp began with a an app that was designed solely for the person who made it, some fat guy. When he was in the gym, he wanted to press a button to say, "I'm at the gym." That was the whole job of WhatsApp, and somehow
Why did he
grew
want to
from
do
that
that?
because
Or
he
even
just
a
found,
standard message?
yeah, that's what it was. It sounds ridiculous, right? But he did a video talking about, there's all these founders. They always talk about how their businesses grew. So you can search him up. How did
Hmm.
WhatsApp start? So it starts off really simple. Same with Google. Same with so many other things. They really start quite simple. Um, yeah. So I want to start off with a really basic app that lists all the people. It's going to have a automatically generated name. Won't be your real name, and it'll list people by their location. So you'll find a person closest to you. No photo, and you'll be able to message them. I want to limit the amount of messaging you can do because I want people to meet each other because like you don't get to see their faces. So you're allowed to give short messages, and I like the number seven. I'm a bit of a number file, so seven's kind of like a religious perfect number thing. Anyway, so seven, and then like you don't get to message after them. You better meet them by then, exchange numbers, and get into real life. How do you feel about that?
Um, I think at the beginning there will be very few people, so you basically, I think, just have to publish all your profiles, and there won't be many. But they could be talking points. People might just sort of want to talk to each other, like, how are you finding this app? I mean, just
But how are
to,
they going to communicate through the app, right? No,
yeah, through the app. And I think you have to be permissive, at least, before before.
not too dictatorship. Okay, like
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
message
because
as many
you
times as you
want to
want.
keep, yeah, so they can try things and tell their friends and whatever, and really, it can only go by word of mouth.
Yeah.
So the principle is the most important thing. It's like, know thyself, know what you are, and know what you want,
Hmm.
and it can't be based on looks.
Yeah.
And hopefully, people won't be going like, I don't know, tall, dark, and handsome, buxom, bubbly, you know, the trivial adjectives. You want people to be serious, and you can tell just by the adjectives that they choose whether they're serious or not.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And let them
Uh,
choose themselves. It's like, yeah, you want to be, silly and, but, then you'll attract the kind of silly person who likes this sort of thing.
yeah.
So, but you can actually even, grade them like, the serious entries, the silly entries, you
Mm,
know, later, when there are enough, because I imagine, at first there won't be that many people.
mm.
And I know for a lot of these dating apps, a lot of these startups, they
You know,
get
I'm
their
quite happy.
friends to be
Yeah,
the
exactly. That's how
people.
Airbnb famously started. They said we're just going to make sure we get 100 people, and we're going to make sure that those 100 people are happy, and that's all we're concerned about. And then it blows up when it's ready to blow up. So whatever. But I'm not just concerned about blowing up. Like if it helps 100 people get married, wow, that's fantastic. That's amazing. And
Mm.
stay married, and we can do the videos. That's
Yeah, and,
fantastic.
and, and
Really.
we're going to be providing the after sale service, and also we're going to be providing the um, recommended venue for an affordable wedding, that sort of
Cool.
thing.
So yeah, I think that's definitely really important. Like in sales or something, but although we're not selling exactly everything, maybe we'll make some
Well,
money
we're
at some
selling a
point.
service.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Like there'll probably be some money at some point, right? Um, but I think there is a lot of value in making things what we call in business frictionless. Like you make things easy. I want it to be frictionless to get people married. Like you think less about it. It's like, oh, here's where you can get married. This will sort this out. This is what you do next. Bang, bang, bang. Just get married. Don't think about it too much. If we can make that happen, that's fantastic. Because yeah, I'm a big believer in like not overthinking and helping people through this kind of stuff. So good. So, but that will be like a secondary thing that won't be on the app immediately. But we'll kind of keep adding to the app, and the app will be evolving. Is that fair enough?
It will certainly be evolving. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm also thinking of the idea of a marriage contract, which is a Muslim thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's useful for establishing the ground rules.
Sort of like vows, but more better than vows. Not like, oh, I swear to be with you forever and ever, which never happens. Like hardly ever happens. It's like, this is what we agree. I think that's
Did you have
really good.
a marriage contract?
Sorry?
Did you have a marriage contract? Because I think Muslims do, don't they? Or maybe not all of them.
No, I don't think so. No. I'm just thinking if we had um so in the community the Muslim community that I belong to, I'm not sure if before my time or after my time, probably after I got married, like it was like we have marriage counseling, pre-marriage counseling.
Hmm.
Um, so like this is what it's about, this is what the problems are, you know. But I don't think there's a contract, but I think it's good. It's a good idea because the reason why I want to marry a Muslim is because we already have an internal marriage contract. Like we've been told, or Prophet Muhammad's given us loads and loads of rules about how to behave. You know what I mean? So I think that helps. That's a really cool idea. That's a really cool idea. I think that would actually it would simplify or summarize what we're trying to do in the videos, which is this is if you're getting into it, this is what you should agree on for it to work. And it'll be very traditional values. So we'll have to talk about that because I'll be like probably too extreme, and you'll probably kind of calm it down a little bit. But yeah, maybe a few ideas of what I think that's a good idea. So that will be brought in. We have to work out what that contract would be, but I'll try to get the app out sooner than later. I don't know how long it will take, maybe a few months. Maybe that sounds long for you, but I'm always up to so many other things. I'm also working, but
Hmm.
that will get done. It will get done. By the time people start watching our videos, then it'll be out. It will happen all at the same time. I'm confident. Um, so just to clarify, 3 products, 3 projects, let's call them. So are you okay with the videos going on every week. I'm thinking Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m. We do the
Hmm.
videos. We talk about those four chapter headings. We'll You'll try to get guests, I'll try to get guests, but also we'll just put a link for anybody watching to jump in. Is that all right?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Um, we get the book. The book. How many episodes before we get the content from the transcripts of the videos, these live streams, to make a book? How long do you want to wait? 5 episodes, 6 episodes? What's your number?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be too prescriptive about it because it would depend on the quality of what was said.
Yeah,
So, um,
cool.
and it might have to be supplemented by, other stuff. But, if you make it a joint project of people who, participate and, give their input, that would be more comprehensive, I guess.
Okay, cool. I'll wait for you to tell me when you're ready for something, and I'll kind of keep showing you what what's being produced in terms of transcription, Chat GPT's refined version, maybe. Let's see if that theory even works out, but hopefully it will. Um, in terms of publishing the book, I'm thinking self-published. You got the experience. I'm not too concerned about the money. Um, so if I mean, I could put money in as well or whatever. How many when you published your book? Did you print a certain number of books? How did you do it?
What I think what happens with Amazon is that they, if somebody
They
orders it,
print
then
on
they print
demand.
it and send it, so they don't have, a pile of unsold books.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. I wasn't sure because there's two kinds of models, isn't it? You print it and you give it to Amazon, or Amazon does print on demand. So we'll go for print on demand. Um,
They're not
whatever.
very good at giving you royalties. I haven't received any anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I remember doing something a long time ago, but yeah, I didn't really sell anything. But cool, whatever. We split 50-50 then in terms of profits, whatever it is.
Hmm.
Yep, cool. We'll work out. I don't know how much it'll cost anyway. We don't know how big the book will be, so we'll work out the cost anyway. It's quite. I like being quite transparent here, having a meeting, talking about everything. But we'll kind of like, I don't know. How much did you try to get in terms of margin on your book, your previous one, if you don't mind saying?
How much do I haven't received anything as
But what
far as
was
I
your
know.
intended margin? Like you get a publishing cost and you probably add on how much, whatever. Do you know?
Yeah, I think they take quite. I mean, supposing you
No, but
sell it
you
for
say
ten
how much you're
pounds.
selling it for.
Oh yes. Well, I'm selling it for a fiver.
Yeah. Oh, and then they must tell you how much it costs to print it.
Um, I think they. Okay, I haven't really even looked it up because I haven't got
Oh,
any,
okay. You know what? We'll
royalties.
just go for a fiver anyway, because the book will be maybe the same length as yours anyway. Maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah, so fiver probably. Okay, cool. So I think we're clear about the app, the videos, and the book. So we're good, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
and I
let's put
suppose
you on the
we
spot.
we will
So
have to get people in to talk about these things.
let's put you on the spot. What are your 3 words for you? 3 words to describe yourself?
I would say I am um, um, easygoing
Okay,
and um,
this is fun.
good company.
Well, are we going to stick to one word? You're using 2 words each time.
Okay, okay. It has to be an adjective, but I mean, I guess easygoing is an adjective. Um,
Is it? Oh, 2 words. Okay.
well, I mean, adjective. I mean, it's a hyphenated
Maybe
word,
we.
I suppose.
Oh, I see. Yeah, fair enough. Maybe
I
I'll
I mean,
kind of
we
do
can't
a
be prescriptive because
character
people
count.
will use different words to describe the same thing. Like
Uh,
agreeable could be, submissive.
mm.
But people will just have to kind of read between the
Okay, I
letters.
won't stop your flow. So easygoing. Well, was there another word? Another
Well,
description?
okay, I'd say I'm tolerant. Okay, that's another word for easygoing. Okay, um, and but then I could be argumentative and principled and
Okay,
persistent.
so let's say
And
let's not filter it too much. So you got easygoing, but principled. You can have you can be the two. Go on.
I would call myself honest, as you have called yourself,
Cool. That's your 3 words up.
or open-minded. Um, yeah.
Oh, you're not sure, honest or open-minded, which one's a better word, yeah?
Maybe honest is better.
Yeah, cool. And are you going to try to get married, or you're just trying to get everybody else married?
I'm not really looking, but I suppose for the purpose of the exercise, I should, give my
Exactly. Otherwise, you
criteria.
just come out as a hypocrite. You're not selling the product if you're trying to get the rest of the world married and you won't get yourself married.
Okay, so I would be looking for somebody who is tolerant, easy,
Okay, here we go. Yeah, go on.
and principled and honest. Like
I'm
me.
just having laugh. Well, I'm sorry. I'm just listening, reading effluent for you. Is that me or effluent? Is that me or
Intelligent,
Claire?
good, scornful.
I know, probably you. Yeah. Okay, sorry. What were your 3 words? Sorry,
Um,
agreeable or something like good. Whatever you said. That sounds like agreeable, honest, and what? Oh no, sorry, that was you. Sorry, we have to talk about the 3 words that you're looking for in a
for my
partner.
ideal spouse, I mean, the same thing.
Same
Or I
thing.
could be say wealthy, charming, successful. You know, no,
Yeah. Oh, you want charming,
tolerant,
successful.
wealthy, tolerant, wealthy.
And that's a good thing, by the way.
Easy.
Women should be saying money, but at the same time, not unrealistic, which is at the moment, that's what women are suffering from at the moment. Like there's some completely undesirable 10 kids already, I don't know, divorced 10 times, and they want somebody, you know, who's got £100,000, and it doesn't make any sense. So I'm not against that. I think women need money. Women need to feel comfortable and taken care of, but like there's a balance, I think. But anyway, so that's cool. So yeah, definitely about you, Claire. Effluent you for you, saying he knows you apparently. Okay, cool. Anything else?
I suppose we should. Okay, at the moment, I'm trying to get this Chinese person who really hates the idea of polygamy to join us. I don't know how successful I will be.
I'm going to be on the app, by the way, so I'm going to put myself. It's going to be every crazy person who wants whatever, except for gay people. Hopefully that won't. It's against my principles, but anyway, go on.
Yeah.
Go on. So I'm going to be on the app, so it's going to be polygamous. But anyway, we'll see what happens. But we'll make another app later on if you're right. And for
Actually, you don't need
polygamy,
to confine it to 3 adjectives. It's like it's a free. Just say as
oh, that
many things
reminds me. You also have
as
to have
yourself.
your age.
Yes.
There was something else. Okay, location, age, and location. That's fine. That's fine. Sorry, I'm being very technical here. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. But I won't say there's no search, so you have to pick. Like you'll see the person's age. You don't say here's the age range, whatever. And I don't. This is going to be an international app, so I'm not going to bother checking. Oh, I don't want to get in trouble legally. Oh, like in Jordan, you have to be 18. Oh God.
Well, adults only, surely.
Yeah, I know, but like adult in England is 16, isn't it? It's different definitions.
Well, 18 because you can't vote until you're 18.
Yeah, but in England you can get married when you're 16, can't you? If you're a girl at
But
least.
only with parental permission, I believe.
Oh, really? I didn't really know. Okay, so normally it's 18 everywhere, is it?
About that, I mean, the age of consent varies in
What about
EU member
in the
states.
US? 18 probably?
Well, it's different in different states.
But okay, we'll
But
be
I don't
boring
look.
and
I don't
say
think people
18.
will be serious about marriage until they're over 20 anyway.
Okay, fine. We'll put 18 then. Okay, fine. Like a universal, because I'm not going to check the rules in every single country.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. Oh yes. I might as well ask you now. Would you like to do a live stream tonight? I was going to talk about the existence of God, and that'll be the last one of my normal happiness classes. Or we could just do this thing straight away.
Okay, we can do it straight away. I'm not,
Yeah,
you
let's do
know.
this thing straight away. Let's just get it started, isn't it? Because we
Mhm.
confuse people, isn't it? If I carried on with my usual stuff, it'll confuse people. So
Mhm.
yeah, tonight. Actually, you know what? This could be it. No, maybe it's being too lazy. Shall we do one tonight, 7 p.m., and
All
try
right.
to get people on and do the 4 things?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, cool. I'll catch you tonight and we'll do it. I mean, I don't want to cut it off now, but I want to, I don't know, prepare some lesson stuff and whatever. But I can talk for another 20 minutes max.
Yes. Yes, I think we sort of said, you know, more or less what we wanted to say. Um,
Yeah.
you know, I think we shouldn't restrict people to just 3 adjectives on second thought, even though it was me who said 3 adjectives, because um, I think people might just get, you know, frustrated. It's like, yeah, just think of as many adjectives you want to use to describe yourself and your ideal partner.
I
And I
like
mean,
the 3 adjectives. When I got married, I had a really tiny form. I had one line to describe, because I fill in a form, you have to say your basic stuff, and one line to say what you want. Okay, and I put, does her 5 daily prayers. That might sound really stupid, but it means a lot to a Muslim because it tells a lot about psychology, your godliness, what's important to you, stuff like that. Um, and people would be shocked. Oh, what about, I don't know, how she looks and stuff? Whatever. So I think 3 adjectives is quite a lot of work for people who don't really think that deeply, which is most people. They don't really think about their own attributes and what they're looking for. So it's actually hard work to begin with, just to even come up with 3. And I really like that.
okay, okay, we'll stick with 3 then, since you
I might be
affirm
flexible.
my
I might be
idea.
maybe 5, but then I'm a bit worried. I don't like 5. Five's just like, maybe, you know what? Maybe you're right, because I was asking, I was on a chat with some friends a minute ago, and they they struggled a little bit, but they were all right actually, and it's kind of more fun. 3 is more fun. 3, bang it out, bang,
You
bang,
asked
bang.
your friends about their adjectives.
Yeah, the first one friend said fit. Um, yeah, and he had like he wanted to describe it more. Nice bum, nice feet. He's got a thing with feet. It's really weird. Um, I think he said caring. I can't remember now. I keep forgetting what he said. The other one
Mhm.
said can cook. I think both of them said cook actually. Like one's a kind of like my kind of an ex Ahmadi Muslim. He's kind of like not Muslim anymore, but he's experimented with girlfriends and he's like realized that he wants a traditional kind of person. But he's getting a bit old. He's my age. He's still not married. The other one's got married like me, fairly young age. Got a couple of kids in Singapore, blah blah. And he's like, I just want a wife who can cook and whatever and be obedient. Has kind of gone down my line. Actually, as you get older, I think we all kind of get down the traditional line. Um, all the romantic stuff goes away after a bit of experience. So yeah, they were kind of really, yeah. One was hardcore, and one was like hardcore traditional, and one was like a bit of both sort of thing, but starting
Yes,
off quite
I thought
traditional.
it was really interesting that you got your married friend to say to do the same thing, and I was
No,
the
no,
one who
one's not
said,
married.
okay.
Yeah, one's just been like he stopped being a Muslim, started having girlfriends, whatever, but had lots of bad experiences. So now he's become traditional, but he starts off with fit still. Yeah.
So he hasn't really got he hasn't learned the lesson.
He hasn't quite learned. Yeah, yeah.
No. But you see, it's so revealing. I mean, while you were talking, I was thinking maybe you could get the person to say which of the adjectives is the most important. But I mean, if you just say three, then obviously they're all quite important because
Yeah.
once you start thinking of it, you probably have a list of 20, and then you have to just choose three.
Yeah, and
You
then
know.
you're thinking too much as well. I don't want people to think too much.
Mm.
I'm really for myself and other people. Just go, go, go. Just stick it. Get on that website. Stick those frigging 3 words out. See what happens. I don't know. I'm really a big believer in just going for it.
Yeah, and,
I'm
and
not
and I
too
think
worried.
we could offer people help. It's like, oh, I can't think of the word, but I just want, and then they give you a long a long
Yeah, if we
sentence,
started
and
getting
it's like, yeah,
chat,
we can help you with that,
yeah, we could help you with that.
yeah, and I think that is also going to produce more material, more
Mm,
content.
yeah. Let's just go for it. Like it's just like I'm getting people to just go for marriage. I'm going for the app, going for the book, going for it. Like you don't know about stuff. Like you're telling me stuff. I might not 100% agree, but I don't know to disagree, and I could be completely wrong. And I think you kind of have to try before you really know, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll give each other's ideas a go and
Yeah.
give other people the chance to try out our ideas and tell us what they think of them. And I think that there will be a cross-fertilization of ideas
Mm.
that will
Yeah.
eventually lead
We'll
to
learn from
a
each other. Yeah.
complete product.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of an important marriage principle. A lot of people are really scared about doing anything. Like they're not just scared about getting married. I was talking to somebody that we both know. It's like I'm scared about trying this because I might fail, and scared about you. You know what I mean? You know the mentality, right? And you have to grow a different kind of mentality. Like, why am I doing this app even if it might totally fail? Because it's so important. It's the right thing to do. That's it. And it
Mm.
will be so much fun when you do things because it's the right thing to do. I don't know. What's your opinion?
Yes, I think it's based on conviction. I mean, you want to do it because you really want to do it because you think it's worthwhile, and I kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
Um, and I think convictions are based on values and principles.
Principles.
And
Yeah.
and these people
Exactly.
who don't believe in God don't have these values or principles, or their values change according to fashion or what their government tells them.
Yeah.
And
That's why I like your question because there are questions like, what's the purpose? Like, well, the purpose, there's a hierarchy. And if you don't start with God, the whole domino effect of purpose uh, just falls flat. But, I don't know.
yeah,
I try.
I think eventually it will lead to God because
Yeah.
basically, it is my contention that all religions are about frightening people in their 20s to marry each other. It's very crude and very sledgehammer like, but that's what it was all about. And it was
Yeah.
be, well, you're not married yet. Is there something wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why aren't you married? And
Yeah.
that was the old-fashioned way of
I
getting rid
remember
of your
being there was
unmarried
a
son or
meeting.
daughter.
There was a top high level meeting uh, for our youth organization, and they were going through who's married, and they're like, "Are you gay? What's wrong with you? Why are you not married?" It's like in the meeting, you know what I mean? And they had a laugh about it. Everybody's friends and stuff, in ways. But yeah, there should be some pressure. People don't like the idea of pressure because everybody wants to be free, but social pressure has a really useful function. So yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
because that was the whole idea. But you're not allowed to be gay. Because people think,
Oh
well,
yeah.
I have sexual needs, but I don't see why I have to have children and pay. It's like, oh yeah, and you're not allowed to be gay. So you close off all the marriage substitutes that are now wide open, which is why nobody's getting married. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, I might have my sexual needs, but I don't need to marry to satisfy them.
Mm.
That's why nobody's getting married.
Yeah, yeah. We're really bad at choices. Like the reason why rich people, maybe we're sidetracking, but the reason why it's really hard to be rich and happy is because most people don't know how to spend the money. They spend it on they spend it on things that just cut themselves or off from other people. They'll just like generally you don't even have to be really rich to make yourself miserable, because you would buy, unlimited movies or something like that, so you can be by yourself and blah blah blah. Just eat lots of chocolate and I don't know, make you still take drugs and whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
take your alcohol, be alone, wank over porn, or whatever you do, and that's it. You're alone by yourself and miserable with your money. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, people are really not good at options, and the less options you have. In the past, it was like you get married. If you're a woman, if you don't get married, you're going to be dead. Great, get married, because now there's women is like, oh, we can be alone and be independent. Oh yeah, he said independent. Oh, that guy, he said fit. He's not a Muslim anymore. Oh god. But I let him say his 3 options. I'll work on him. Smart guy. But anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, cool. Okay. So
Oh,
tonight, let's do it properly. I don't want to keep talking anymore. Otherwise, we'll use it up. All right.
all
Do
right.
you, are you
Talk
going
to
to
you
try
at
to find
7.
a guest?
No, well, I don't think he's coming, but
Oh, okay. We'll put the
maybe
link
he'll.
in the chat. We'll
Yes.
put the guest link. Cool. All right,
Mhm.
cool. Catch you at 7 then. Bye. Thank
Catch you
you.
at 7. Talk to you later. Bye.